Hey, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. My name's Johnny Lee. This is the Tone Deaf Guitar Kitchen. This just flapped through the letterbox, the FM3. The short version of the story is I actually lent this to a friend of mine about a year ago. This isn't the original one because something happened at a gig. There was a bit of a situation. Sploshy pint, people falling over. It got wrecked. Now I did say to him, look, don't replace it. It's fine. You know, it doesn't really matter. It's not your fault. It is what it is. Oh, that's life. But he went ahead and kind of bought one anyway. And obviously the weird thing with Fractal is you have to buy direct from Fractal unless you can get stuff kind of secondhand off Reverb or eBay. You can't really like buy them in the shops, which, you know, is still a bit strange to me. So consequently, the prices of these are quite high. And I think secondhand, I think you paid like £980. It kind of got me thinking, with the release of Stadium, what are people doing for backups now? Are people going to go back to just still using a HX Stomp or an LT, or are you going to use your original Helix because it's kind of the same, or is there a completely cheaper alternative like the GP5 video that I did, or Headrush? I don't know, let me know in the comment section because I'm interested to know. But so I thought I'd just kind of plug this in and see where we were up to and go from there. So yeah, let's get it in the studio. Puppy shot. Come here, Dan, for you. Yes, come here to see the camera. See the camera, look. See the camera, look. Who's this? This is Ruby, by the way. Studio dog. You're beautiful. Yes, you are. Come on then, studio. Alright, so I'll quickly show you how I've got this set up. So first of all, I've had questions about this before. This is the flip wah from Sonicake, which was sent out to me probably well over a year ago. And I use this all the time. Use it all the time. So it's a integrated volume and wah pedal. Basically what happens is it's independent of your modeler. Okay, so you don't need to create any block. It doesn't take up any DSP on your model. It's just an external pedal, you know. And I've run this into the Fractal, I've run it into the Stadium, and I've run it into the front of OG Helix. And it's one of the best things that you can get, I think, because, all right, it saves a little bit of DSP. I think it looks cool as well. So when the blue light is on, it's just a volume pedal. And then when you push it forward and hit that click switch, which is a traditional wah setup, it becomes a wah pedal, and it's great. You've got a little switch on the side to alter kind of the sweep and the polarity, whatever. So yeah, it's cool. Get one of them, they're ace. I'll leave the video down below. 3 switches, but I've got 6 possible scenes or snapshots. 6 possible scenes. Okay, so on button 1, I've got a drive, and I click this button again, it goes to the next scene, which is my lead. If I go to the next button along, it takes me to the clean. I can click that button again and keep going through the menu if I wanted to, but none of them are kind of what I need for this gig. And the same for that one as well. If I hold this, I've got that assigned to the tuner. Oh look, Bigfoot. And that is pretty much it. It's a very, very simple setup, but as you've heard, it sounds fucking mega. Hey, welcome back. All right, so like you say, got the Fractal, you just heard it. Share. Who's it for? Who buys it? Is it you? Could it be you? It could be. You never know. So I just wanted to quickly show you like why I've kind of always had one around. Look, they're small and they're not as complicated as what you think once you've kind of got your head around what the switches do. I mean, we're very spoiled with things like scribble strips and snapshots in all of the Helix devices, and I get it. I'm for the most part, I'm a Helix fanboy, of course I am. But the Fractal XLs in other things, I've always said the same thing, and I've always been truthful about it. I think the amps have always been better than the Fractal. The drives are better than the Helix. The cab situation in the Helix is better than the Fractal, because the Fractal it's not as good, I don't think. And again, it's just personal taste. The effects are better in the Fractal. So, I mean, you could, if you wanted to be an absolute lunatic, throw some of your favourite amps into the loop of your stadium, but then your pedal board is bigger than you probably want it to be, you know what I mean? But then, is that really the thing? So how I've got this set up is I've got, oh look, Johnny's got a fucking PV 5150, which is the red, which is great. It's not as harsh, I don't think, in the Fractal as it is in the Helix. And it's not a this against this. It's not that. It's just I'm trying to get you to, let me know who buys it. Who is it for? There's the card, which is the 4x12 Brit. I'm assuming that's going to be a Marshall. It's just that that's the other thing as well with the Fractal. There's so many cabs and so many presets. You do a lot of kind of painstaking kind of gigging. There's the enhanced block, which I talk about quite a lot, and in the Helix I put a tile on the end. Pitch, there's a chorus. Multi-delay, which is that circular thing that I do in the Helix quite a lot, and then I just put a reverb on the end. So basically what happens is I can have 3 switches with 6 different settings. So what I've got is I've got 3 switches on the Fractal, and I've got 2 scenes per switch. And I know what's there. So, I can customize them to tell me what's there, but I just kind of know what's there. So, on the first scene, I've got a drive. And then I click that again, takes it to the lead. Couple of jazz notes in there, and then the second scene takes me to a clean, so the third scene, and I can go on and on, hitting that button again. Then I go to the third button, takes me to another scene, which are not set up for anything. So basically on this patch, what I've got is I've got 3 scenes, basically 3 or 4 scenes, and that's enough for me. And I do think that with the Fractal, you've got to be clever in the way that you dial it in. It's massively important, you know what I mean? So, presets. Let's just take a quick look at these. Look, this is where the Fractal excels, you know what I mean? Because the presets in 99% of modelers, all of them, Helix included, the factory presets are shit. They're not good at all. So you can kind of, whiz through and go, all right, well, what do I want? I want some kind of like weird ambient thing. I can go to ambient swirl. There is a million different kind of settings. Would you have to redial it in? You probably wouldn't. You might have to do a little bit of EQing, but you're not going to be sitting there going, I've got to change the cab, and I've got to change this, and I've got to change that, and You haven't. Octave, 5-octave lead. And again, these are just factory settings that I'm just kind of whizzing through and going, oh, let's try that, and let's try that, and let's try this. The Run Like Hell is really good. Obviously, I'll get copyright twatted for that, but really good. I mean, it's really, really good. I use that one quite a lot. For me, for what I do because I've done some stuff with TV and film kind of people, and this is where I always turn to the Fractal for that. And then obviously you've got the really stupid stuff like Grinning Ghosts. Which is just daft, you know what I mean? So you could pretty much just go through this and find whatever you wanted for your live setup. It's quite easy to just get it all off the factory presets. Could you live with 3 foot switches? Well, yeah, I can. I mean, you can spend probably 25 quid on, there's a dual foot switch thing, is it Ampero maybe? They do it, it's £25, you run it in by MIDI, it's dead easy to set up, apparently. Or you could spend an extra 400 of your American dollars on a Fractal FC6, and then you've got, something that is probably same size, slightly bigger than the Helix Stadium. As a backup, I don't know. I mean, you run the risk of this being quite addictive, and I find the Fractal stuff quite addictive. And the final thing as well is all of these are gift of tone. So these people who are Fractal artists put all of their presets in there that they use. That's Neil Sean. Neil obviously likes a little bit of no noise reduction. So my point is that when you get the Fractal, you don't have to do anything. That, you know what I mean? And with Helix, its reputation is, well, you build your own. It's great to go on that journey. Some people don't want to do that, of building their own presets. Some people just want to be able to go through and go, that sounds great, I'll just EQ it slightly to this guitar and we're good to go. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's the journey that you want to be on, then you should do it, And I get it, because I do think you do end up spending a lot of time, like we've discussed before in Helix videos, you spend a lot of time kind of sitting and going, well, that amp is shit now, I want to do this and I want to go back to that, and I don't like that drive pedal and I want to change delay. And with the Fractal, it's kind of done for you, you know what I mean? And there is some phenomenal factory presets in these things, phenomenal. I think the unit kind of just speaks for itself, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not ragging on Line 6, I'm not ragging on the Stadium, it's just come out, it's £2,000 worth of floorboard. But my point is what are you doing for a backup? But these now second hand on eBay and stuff like that are less than £1,000, you know what I mean? So, and my previous one met its demise at a gig, and this is the replacement, and it was less than, how much did you pay for it? 980, something like that. Yeah, it's a lot of unit for the money, really. All right, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think it sounds like, and let me know in the comment section. Would you buy one as a bit of a studio piece, or would you use it live? Till next time, kids, take it easy.